WW84, World War 84, no, Wonder Woman 1984, a new era of wonder begins. Is that the tagline? Yes, now let's get into it. Okay. Wonder Woman 1984 is from 2020. It lasts about 2.5 hours, really. It felt longer. No. It stars Gal Gadot as Gal Gadot. Well, I don't know how you say it. Well, I just told you. Right, okay. Well, stars Gal as Wonder Woman / Diana Prince. It stars Pedro Pascal.
What you say?
It stars Pedro Pascal as Max Lord. Taxal. Right. It stars Kristen Wiig as Barbara / Cheetah. Wait till you see this thing. It's terrible. And it stars Chris Pine as Steve Trevor. Sort of. It's a quantum leap Steve Trevor. Okay.
Oh boy.
So this is obviously the sequel to Wonder Woman from 5 years before, and it's pretty much the same thing again, except it's not during the World War One. No, it's during the World War 84. No. Anyway, it is set in 1984. Other than that, it is quite similar in a lot of ways. Different in a lot of ways too. No big CGI monster at the end. That's a bonus. That is a bonus. And I'll be frank with you straight away. I thought this was rubbish. Okay. Well, I didn't think it was rubbish. I don't think it was as good as the first one. I don't think it was as good as other.
What the hell is he talking about?
Even other.
This movie's terrible. It's absolutely wretched.
It's just not quite as bad as everyone says. But the intro is very much like the first movie.
The little girl.
Well, kind of. We open with Diana Prince as a little girl on the island of Themyscira, where all the female gods are. I don't know. They're holding like a Super Olympics event.
How are they done? Where do these ladies come from if there's no men?
I don't know.
Do they use the men, have their babies, and then kill the men? And then kill the men?
No, I don't know. I don't know if they're just born from the clay or something like that.
What?
I don't know. But yeah, we see her going through a trial as a little girl, like we did in the first movie. And then it cuts to the movie's present day, where Wonder Woman is in full costume, and she's beating up bad guys, stopping a robbery.
Exactly like the first movie.
It actually is very similar to that. Except it's more colourful because it's 1984, not 1916 or whatever it was in the first one.
I have to say though, she looks great.
Gal Gadot?
Yeah, Gal Gadot.
Yeah, she does look the part. This is the Henry Cavill problem. She looks great, she does the role well.
Well, she could work on her diction a little bit. What do you mean? She calls Steve.
Right, well, accent aside, it's the Henry Cavill problem. Looking the part, fantastic. Playing the part, great. But the scripts and the movies these people get have not been so good. And it's a shame.
Well, they get paid millions.
Okay. But when she's not fighting crime, Diana Prince is working at the Smithsonian and
still going on about her boyfriend who died 66 years ago. Let it go. Move on. He's gone. This is like the worst breakup ever. It's not the Notebook.
But while she's working there, she befriends Barbara, and then they meet a man who says he's like a diamond expert. And Barbara and she discover this stone called the Wishing Stone or something.
The Dream Stone.
How subtle.
And the Wishing Stone is stolen by Max Lord, who's this guy who just wants to make money and have power. And
yeah, he's a bit two-dimensional, this character.
A little bit. Anyway, he basically takes control of the stone and grants wishes.
Oh, what a nice guy.
Yeah, you'd think so. But
and guess what Diana wishes for? World peace? No. All bad guys to be in prison? No. No more starving children? No. She wishes for her dead boyfriend to come back. Yeah, so he does. In some tour guy's body.
Yeah, that's what he meant, Quantum Leap. He jumps into someone else's body and he is just like, oh, I'm back alive. Look, that's futuristic. Look, that's futuristic.
Let's have sex. Yeah. They use this guy's body and they make love. And then later, she rescinds her wish and you don't see the guy getting his body back. She just walks away. He's gonna be traumatised.
Oh? Get to have sex, right?
So the stone is actually called the Dream Stone.
I will have the dream stone.
And it's kind of the whole monkey's paw thing where you make a wish, the wish comes true, but it comes at a price.
Yeah, in fact, all the way through this movie, Diana Wanderluden keeps calling it the monkey's paw. That's not very subtle either.
It's not. She wishes for Steve to come back. Her price is her powers start to fade.
Yeah, until she really needs them, then it's fine. Like when she turns an aeroplane invisible.
Yeah.
No trouble there.
No, that's true. Barbara is a bit of a bumbling comedy character, but then she makes a wish, and she wishes she was just like Diana. Little does she know, Diana is Wonder Woman. I don't know how she can't know. There's no disguises going on. Yeah, but she ends up with powers comparable to Wonder Woman, and eventually she makes another wish. Everyone gets one wish. It's clearly stated, everyone gets one wish, but for some reason Barbara gets a second wish later on in the movie. And she wishes to be the most powerful being who's ever lived.
Yeah, so she turns into a Thundercat.
Yeah, basically.
She is just a lady with fur.
Yeah.
A lot of the action as well is shot in like 0.75 speed. It's not good.
The action's fine, but it does seem to be every single bit is in slow motion.
Also, she can fly.
Yeah, in this movie, they introduce the concept that Wonder Woman can fly because she asks Steve at some point, oh, how do you fly?
And he says, well, you catch the breeze and you trust yourself. What he doesn't say is what he really does. Turns the engine on an aeroplane and pilots it.
That is how he flies. I don't know where he comes up with all this other stuff. But later on, Diana jumps up into the air and remembers Steve's words, and suddenly she can fly. Oh my god. Like I said, a lot of this movie is very similar to the first movie. There's not really anything new here. There's not anything amazing. Some of it is a little bit like they watched a couple of Marvel movies and got some ideas from those as well.
Yeah, I know what you mean. See Ant-Man when he's like, oh, I'm going to try this thing. I did it once in a lad and I passed out. They did basically the same joke. They're like, when she's trying to make something invisible, she goes, I did it once with a mug and I lost it. Which is fine, funny enough, but very similar.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know if I would pick up on that bit.
Well, I did, because I'm smarter.
By the end of the movie, Wonder Woman has rescinded her wish.
Left some poor guy believing he's schizophrenic or something.
But by now, Max Lord is in the president's position behind the president's podium on TV, and he's speaking through the camera to the entire world, telling them, make a wish, make your wish, say it out loud, and I'll make it come true.
Yeah, so he's seen some guy in England saying to his wife, oh, I wish you had dropped dead. And she has a heart attack. You also see some young guy that's like, I wish I was a king, and then you don't see anything else from him.
No, you don't. But while he's speaking to every single person in the world,
because they're all watching TV, you see.
apparently so, Woman wraps her lasso of truth around him and says, you don't need this, you don't need a wish, rescind your wish, you'll be better for it. And he says, that's not going to work on me. And she says, I wasn't talking to you.
Inferring that she's talking to everyone watching who could not see her or hear her because it's only Nax on TV. But apparently they did hear her, I don't know how, and apparently every single person on Earth rescinds their wish.
Yeah, right.
As if,
Yeah. I don't believe everyone would do it. I think if someone's been like, well, I wish for $1 billion, and they get $1 billion, but at the cost of, I don't know, they forget how to spell or something, then they, what? Well, that's just an example, a dad one. Well, anyway, I don't think they're going to be rescinding their wish anytime soon. It's a bit of a strange ending.
and the way she defeats Cheetah, the way she defeats her is they fall into the water. Diana throws an electric cable into the water. I don't know what goes on. It looks like it's at the water that Diana is fine, even though Cheetah's got the same towers as her. Or better towers, actually. But I don't know if the cable actually hits Cheetah and electrocutes her directly. It's really, really badly filmed.
Yeah, I also couldn't see what was going on there. But it doesn't matter because Cheetah survives.
Yeah, you see her lying by the side of the water, all soggy and furry. Ew. And then like 10 minutes later you see her as a human. Back to normal. What? Facing no consequences?
I guess. Max, he learns his lessons. He's got this son who's like
Annoying.
he's not annoying, depressing. He's just a sad little kid. And yeah, Max is like, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me spend time with my son.
So they do.
Yeah, I think they do.
Oh, and there's also like a stinger scene.
Oh yeah, so there is. I forgot about that. Linda Carter, the original Wonder Woman from the TV series in the 70s.
That's who it is.
Yeah. She walks past someone, they say something, she turns around and says something like, don't worry, I've done this before. Something like that.
Yeah, and then she unsubtly winks at the camera. Oh, it's absolute rubbish.
It's nice to see Linda Carter, but rubbish. Well, anyway, that's Wonder Woman 1984 from 2020, and
This should have been in lockdown.
well, have you got any trivia?
Yes. So, Lily Aspel,
Who's Lily Aspel?
little girl Diana,
Alright, when she's at the start.
yeah, she did her own stunts.
That's pretty cool.
They did get a stunt performer for her, that she's really good at it, so they just let her do it.
That's pretty cool.
Cheetah was originally authored to Emma Stone.
Oh, Emma Stone could have been playing Barbara or Cheetah.
Yeah, but she turned it down, so the role went to Kristen Wiig, who was actually the director's first choice.
Alright, okay, so it worked out well.
Yeah, it's all politics and backhanders in Hollywood.
Anything else?
Yeah, there was a TD pilot for Wonder Woman in 2011.
Alright,
It failed, it didn't get made into a series,
okay.
and guess who's in it?
Who?
Pedro Pascal.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Max Lord from this movie?
yeah.
That's pretty cool. Well, that's Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah, hit like, hit subscribe, watch another video.
Stews.